Gojo and Higuruma are both alive, and there is a big clue that many of us have overlooked. In the most two recent chapters of Jujutsu Kaisen, Higuruma was subjected to a cruel fate at the hands of the King of Curses. Although this being a big shock, and Sukuna also stating that he is dead to solidify his non-existence past this point, there's a big thing that he has overlooked, the main cast as well as us, the viewers. Sukuna's announcement of now being the host of the Culling Games is a big telltale sign of the miscalculation from all of them. This, my friends, is Kogane and his role in the entirety of the Culling Games itself. Kogane's first introduction in the Culling Games was as a trusted companion to whoever was a part of it. Their first appearance was in chapter 158, where he announced the addition of player information being available, which was added by Kashimo. The primary function of this interface was to engage with players and add rules according to their requests. However, one important thing that it also does announce is when a player has gained points after killing another player. This was first seen in chapter 168 when Megami had killed one of the lackeys of Reggie. This occurred again 5 chapters later once Reggie had been killed. Surprisingly, this has happened to no one else in the series besides Megami and Yuta, which is particularly important as Sukuna is currently possessing Megami's body. As this is the case, we would expect this rule to stay consistent, with every time he has executed a player, that points would be gained and that being announced by Kogane. As the Culling Games are still going on, any players that has been killed as a result of another player within the colony would result in a point being gained. Sukuna has killed 3 characters now since the beginning of his fight with Gojo. Out of the 3 people that he has finished off, Higuruma and Kashimo are both players that would warrant Kogane calling out that Sukuna has gained points due to their deaths. Although this concept is quite obsolete considering the situation that the characters are in, this is something that could be easily overlooked by the players and readers. Considering Kashimo was the first of the 2 characters that was killed, we panned over to Kashimo as his flashback was playing over his death scene. As such, Kashimo is most likely dead, especially as he got a flashback scene with Sukuna being there to confirm his death, which is what happened with Jogo. On the other hand, Higuruma was supposedly killed and stated to be dead by Sukuna is rather confusing. With a lack of announcement of his death by Kogane, it makes it hard to believe that he is actually dead. He was teleported to another location by Ui, so there's a high chance that he is actually still alive with the help of Shoko and Utohime. This is also backed up by the concept that Sukuna still can't use his cursed tool despite his death. Of course, this could be an effect of permanent confiscation and curses becoming stronger after death, but it can also be explained by his survival. It's time to address the elephant in the room. Gojo's survival cannot be confirmed as of yet, but considering Higuruma's almost certain survival, there is a high possibility that Gojo is still alive and kicking. There's no way of confirming this, as before Gojo was unsealed from the prison, Kenjaku had forced Kogane to close the addition of any more players on the 18th of November, 9:09 PM. But Gojo was unsealed on the 19th of November, meaning that he couldn't be added to the Culling Games at that point. Unless Gojo was already a player before his sealing, he would not be a player of the games. As such, Gojo's death would not warrant an announcement like Higuruma. Regardless, this evidence proves at the very least that Higuruma is still alive, which I'm happy to say. Gojo is a better sorcerer than Higuruma, and may very well still be alive, and this would also explain any of the hints that Gege has left in the series so far about his return. Despite this, the morale of these 2 characters would be very low, as Sukuna has already finished them off without even showing his full power. This may prove as another way to push the characters into further development if they happen to fight Sukuna again. I say all of this, but this could just be a major oversight by Gege. He may have forgotten to add this mechanism into the chapters, and as such there would not be any announcements of any further deaths, as it would not be needed. This would not be the first time that he has forgotten to add smaller details into the manga, and later add them in the official release of the manga volumes. But his utilization of Kogane in chapter 248 and 249 confirms to me that he is still using Kogane as intended. This overall makes me believe that he has not forgotten about this. Either way, I'm sure further clarification will be provided as needed as we move on within the manga. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe, as I cover Jujutsu Kaisen content regularly on this channel. This video is only a theory, and I would like to hear what you think, whether you agree or disagree, and what you think the lack of announcements really means for the direction of the manga. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.